Hello, everyone. Um, this is a bit of a late night recording, but I wanted to get it recorded while memory was still fresh. Um, I just went to go see the movie Immaculate at the uh, at the theater. I'm not usually one for horror films, but I had heard good things about Immaculate, and I was curious, and I'm happy my curiosity got the best of me. I'll put a marker when I start talking about spoilers and whatnot, but for this first part, it's just pretty much a basic review. Or I'll give y'all a warning, I should say. Um, Honestly, a really great film. Um, it has its traditional jump scares, but I think Sydney Sweeney does a phenomenal job in the leading role. I I honestly hadn't watched any of Euphoria. Heard good things about the show, but hadn't watched it. Uh, was able to watch the SNL episode with Sydney Sweeney in it, and I know the actresses or actors who are in SNL have to approve all the sketches, but there was a lot of like looks based sketches, so that was slightly concerning. It's just like more to this. We all know it, uh, and she is a incredibly talented actress. Um, she has a lot of good moments in this film, and just does a really great job. I think. I believe she also produced it, so you know, double header there. I don't know what all goes into producing a film. Should probably do my research before I do a review about a movie, but I think she did a phenomenal job. The rest of the supporting cast, while obviously not as like household names as Sydney Sweeney, did a great job as well. Especially the like priest, not the head honcho guy, whatever, uh, whatever the blanking here. I'm blanking here. Grandmother's throwing a fit somewhere. Um, Bishop, I believe, is the next step. I don't know if he's full bishop, but uh, Alvaro Morte who plays Father Sal Tedeschi. d- Also great job. Um, the supporting cast does just solid work all around. But again, this is Sydney Sweeney's film. People are going to see this film because of Sydney Sweeney, because she's in it, um, and deservedly so. I mean, she was just in Madam Web, but I wouldn't really put that on like her rap sheet of best known films. Maybe just because she has a limited filmography, it would be on there. But uh, this I think this movie I think solidifies Sydney Sweeney as a scream queen. Like she has like plenty of phenomenal scenes, but there's one scene in particular, and I won't say exactly when or where it is, but you'll know it when you'll know you'll know. Trust me, you just will. Plain and simple. It is gut punching. All right, I'm gonna just got it. It's a good movie. If you like horror films, you like Sydney Sweeney, and you like jumping a little bit. There are jump scares. It's a horror film, a modern day horror film. There's going to be jump scares, but there's also plenty of other tense moments. It's not, I wouldn't say it's jump scare reliant, maybe a little bit, but I feel like a lot of films nowadays, a lot of horror films nowadays are dependent on jump scares. If there's one person I'd love to see Sydney Sweeney make a movie with, it'd be Samara Weaving of Ready or Not, and Guns Akimbo, and a few other films. Those are just ones that come to mind. I feel like they could have a good dynamic. Um, I don't know why. Don't question me. Don't question my methods. Either way, spoilers. Spoilers ahead for the rest of the video. If you enjoyed the non-spoiler talk. Let me know how I can improve. Probably take more notes and write out a full script or do something more professional. Um, and also crop images appropriately so there isn't black bars on the side. I wanted to record this video as pretty much as soon as I got home, so it's still fresh in my mind. Um, anyway, spoilers, 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 spoilers. Um, the scene in question, if you've watched into this point, it's right at the smack dab at the end of the film. The camera up close, like in uh, Sister Cecilia, Sydney Sweeney's face, covered in blood, and it's just a hardcore scream, and it is perfect. They don't cut away. They don't do like a wide shot, or they don't like fade to black. They let the scene play. As far as I can remember, there was not any music. There's no score, so it is just Sydney Sweeney screaming her absolute heart out, and it is the like perfect exclamation point to the film. I don't know much about the symbolism. There's a lot of religious aspects, obviously. I mean, this image alone, Immaculate, you could probably get the idea, an Immaculate Conception. Um, it, it it is just a solid horror film, and it doesn't feel drawn out. There's I don't feel like there's a lot of like missing scenes. Granted, there's not a whole lot of setup either. When we start, we when the movie starts, we get a look at a girl running away from the nunnery. She's screaming and screaming. She gets apparently buried alive. Um, and then it cuts to uh, Sister Cecilia interviewing some Italian immigration officers, um, as it's just a one-way ticket she received from the nunnery to move to their convent. I believe that's the appropriate word. After her parish or her group uh, was discontinued or closed down due to poor attendance. And as the film progresses, uh, Cecilia, eventually, it's sort of a slow burn, but everything sort of picks up once Sydney Sweeney is revealed to be pregnant. Although she has never had sex, she didn't break her vows, and she hasn't been with a man or a woman. And they have a fairly tense scene where she's brought into a room uh, alone with three other men and then the Reverend Mother. Reverend Mother, by the way, did a phenomenal job as well. Um, the like just this sense of threatening power that you have to listen to, or there will be severe consequences. In a very aggressive uh, form of the Christian Church or the Catholic Church, religion in general, how it can be very controlling and just ugh. Um, either way, the movie plays out then by her trimesters, breaking it up into chapters, and we get little title cards. The jump scares are they're good. I mean, I'm a complete wimp when it comes to horror films, so I was scared. I jumped. I screamed "Baby Jesus" in the theater. Um, but it didn't feel like they were happening like every 15 minutes. It did not feel forced, and there's a lot of body horror, I would say. Um, like um, what I think they did really well. I mean, I couldn't stomach it because I'm again a complete wimp. Um, there are a couple of scenes where people's faces are just messed up beyond belief, and they do not shy away from that. So again, just it's a horror film. It's gonna it's not gonna pull any punches. Makes sense. Um, all in all, I'd give it I give it out like a probably like a 3.84 out of 5 sunglasses. I'm leaning more towards 3.8 just because I'm not a big horror guy. Um, and also this is my first review, so I'm trying to set the bar. So yeah, like a solid 3.8 out of 5 sunglasses, just because it's what I had nearby and what I thought that'll be my rating system. Either way, um, if you like horror films, if you like Sydney Sweeney, um, and you like a non-possession based religious horror film, it's good. It's a good film. I think it's worth the ticket price. Um, and it's a solid film. Good date night movie. Well, no, it's not. Maybe if you're into horror films, you and your partner are, then yeah, go see him. It's just with the whole Immaculate Conception, it might not be the right vibe for people. Um, Also, with some of the later scenes, it gets very aggressive about said pregnancy and people trying to control said pregnancy, um, which may or may not be heavy handed, especially with today's political climate around pregnancy. So take it as you will. But yeah, Sydney Sweeney, the rest of the cast do a phenomenal job. The shots are pretty good. Like there's the end sequence is in the catacombs of this church slash convent, and it's shot really well. I think it's it's luckily not too Blair Witch where it's just like nothing but face, and it still leaves you tense. It's a solid little chase sequence. Um, yeah, that's been my review. I'm gonna call these rich reviews or rich film. I don't know. We'll figure out a title. I just wanted to put something up, get something going. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends, and let me know what you want me to review next. I'll go to the theater. I'll do it. Probably edit this a bit better and work on it. Just starting off something. So figured I'd start right now, right after I got back. Either have a nice night, everybody. Thanks for watching. So long. Farewell. Go see Immaculate. It was cool. It was good. Bye bye.